Not that being dim seems to help people tolerate school. When he used to leave in the mornings, he often wanted to swap with the cat. Spend the day dozing and eating and trotting off to menace other cats in the garden. Let the cat sit through assembly and maths, see how long it takes anyone to notice. There's a stillness in the house he hasn't known for weeks. A sense of space that used to be normal after school, or if Mum was out in the evening. The place to himself to play his music and fry eggs and cheese sandwiches, and sometimes boxes of frozen burgers from the village shop, without her on at him to open the windows and wash up before he's even eaten, and she doesn't understand how he can not think about the cows and the workers in the abattoir who all get PTSD because you would, wouldn't you, killing animals all day? Not to mention if people didn't eat meat, we wouldn't be in this mess in the first place, and can't he at least put the extractor fan on? Hope rises for a moment, that he can maybe at least make a toastie and put some music on. Not that he can't do those things when she's around, but he could do them better, more peacefully if she's out. Though of course she can't be out, not even for a walk. Not for another 6 days, 7 hours and 20 minutes, give or take. The 14 days, he heard her ask on the phone. What time does it end? Is it noon or midnight? Or from when I last saw my colleague, which would have been about 5 o'clock on Thursday? She'll be in the garden. Must have managed to go out there and get on with something instead of wandering in and out the way she has the last few days. Starting what she calls tidying up, only the effect is more like messing up, and 5 minutes later stopping to water the plants or put the wash on, but not finishing anything, and then she can't find the watering can because she left it on the windowsill, and she put the laundry in the machine 2 days ago, but didn't start it, so now they're out of towels, and she can't have a bath, which is what she used to do to relax when she was all wound up after a gig or tired after a long shift at the cafe. Use a dirty one, he said, having never really seen why towels that, by definition, have been used only to dry newly washed skin can be dirty. You don't have a bath and then use a dirty towel, she said. And anyway, we don't have money to waste on the hot water. It doesn't matter. He started the machine. They're low on washing powder, and decided he'll just deal with the laundry himself for now. He saw her out by the shed before breakfast yesterday, skipping, like with an actual skipping rope, one he vaguely remembers from years ago with blue painted smiley face handles, still in her pyjamas and no socks with her trainers, hair and other things bouncing. And she kept getting it wrong, tangling and tripping, until she threw the rope across the patio and thumped her own head with her fists. He knew when the call came that he'd be fine. 2 weeks of lions and gaming, no sweat. Not as if the weather this time of year makes you want to go out anyway, even if there was anywhere to go. And he knew it would be harder for her, but you don't expect. He didn't expect. To see your mum basically losing it. Hours spent pacing from the front gate through the house to the bottom of the garden and back, followed by the cat, who was interested by people coming in and going out and apparently gratified to have the process on repeat. Try an online workout, he said. I'll help you move the coffee table. You could make bread, couldn't you? Or try knitting again. I know, she kept saying. I know, I should, I just can't bear. I don't think I've ever spent a whole day inside in my life. You must have done, he said. You've been ill, haven't you? What about when I was born? But neither of them can remember her being ill. Not enough to stay in bed. And she says that actually she spent most of her labour with him under an apple tree in the garden of Dad's parents' house, that it was helpful to hang on to the branches. Yeah, he said. Ugh, thanks, Mum. So do some more gardening. You know you're allowed in the garden as long as you don't come within 2 metres of the neighbours, and they won't be out there this time of year. I know, she said. I'm making a fuss. I just find this really hard. I knew I would. Not, he thought, as hard as getting sick. Not as hard as Deepak's dad, who was in intensive care for 3 weeks, or the grandparents of kids in his class who've died this year, or his maths teacher who's back at work but can't get enough breath for a sentence half the time. Compared to that, doing the garden instead of going up the fells is actually quite manageable. So how about he games and she does yoga in the garden, and they hope neither of them starts with the fever and loss of taste and smell? He takes the mustard from the fridge, opens the jar to make sure he can still smell it, which he can even though there's barely a scrape left. He's going to make that toastie. And if she comes in and starts on about washing up and not eating everything when they can't get to the shops, he'll just make one for her, quarter it on a plate with a sliced apple the way she likes, say nothing.